Do you ever find yourself wondering what you can do to make your car faster? Do you actually just want to go fast? Whipple is a pioneer in the forced induction business by bringing superchargers and aftermarket parts alike to provide huge horsepower gains and make your car more efficient. We hope to provide you with a better knowledge of how superchargers work by providing more horsepower and even making your car more efficient. What is a supercharger? Superchargers are an aftermarket part that add horsepower to your car's factory engine. They do this by adding air to your air-fuel ratio and making the combustion bigger, thus making more horsepower. There are three types of superchargers. There's the roots, the screw, and the centrifugal. Superchargers add more horsepower to your already existing motor's horsepower by adding air. How did Whipple get started? Our Whipple had been racing just racing in general, since he was a little boy. But as he got older, he wasn't able to race anymore. But he still wanted to be a part of the growing car industry and the advancing technology. So, after doing some research, he found an Australian company called Sprintex in 1987. After a long talk, Sprintex and our Whipple actually decided that our Whipple would be a distributor of Sprintex superchargers. Now, just 4 years later, in 1991, Whipple had also joined Opcon Rotor to provide even more, or distribute more superchargers to the U.S. In 2005, Art and a leading team of engineers who actually decided to release their own product line of their own new technology, which led to them releasing their very own twin screw supercharger. Till this day, Whipple's twin screw supercharger is still one of the best superchargers on the market, even winning awards such as the 2010 GM Best New High Performance Product to back it up. Whipple started out making superchargers in the U.S. Until this day, he still makes superchargers in the U.S., separating from other companies, ensuring an American-made product. Who runs Whipple? Our Whipple oversees nearly all the production and most of the engineering itself, but there are other engineers as well. They all are racers, people who daily drive cars all the time, and even drive boats. This team is still one of the most known teams of engineers as far as superchargers go around the world, and they've been doing it for a long period of time. Our Whipple and his team are always striving to provide the best possible customer service with the best possible parts they can provide. Here, I'm going to provide you with a short clip of just a little bit more on how superchargers work.
What are our products, you might ask? Well, Whipple has aftermarket products for the automotive industry, the marine industry, and even the off-roading industry. There are a number of items such as the superchargers, pulleys, like this one I have here. This is one of our racing engine pulleys. Unlike commuter pulleys, this one has notches in it, because the commuter one is just a flat surface all the way around for the belt to just rest on because it doesn't produce power. But since this one produces so much power, it needs these little notches in there to catch it, or else the belt would just slide right off and it wouldn't get as much horsepower to the engine. And then we also have belts, which is the thing that I just explained that sits on top of here. And then we also have computer upgrades, intercooler systems, which an intercooler system cools down the engine. An intake manifold, well, intake manifolds, they hold more fuel and air. And then they have throttle bodies, which house more fuel. Spark plugs, which give a better ignition. And then the fuel injector, which injects more fuel into the ignition. Our specialty here at Whipple is the twin screw supercharger that no one in the aftermarket parts industry has been able to match for the past 9 years. In our product line, we have 11 different superchargers, ranging from 1.6 liters to 8.3 liters in size. And that's for automotive, marine, and off-road. We specialize in supercharger kits for the American cars such as Ford, Chevy, GM, but we also have a universal supercharger kit for nearly all foreign cars such as Audi, BMW, and even like Subaru. Our products are an affordable way to gain horsepower, or just let alone improve your performance in everyday commuter cars by just changing like the stock parts such as the fuel pump. Whipple's impact. Whipple has given out many free superchargers to help contribute to the build of many cars for many organizations for charity. The main car they built was the Red Tails Edition 2013 Mustang GT, and it is the fourth car that may benefit the Experimental Aircraft Association for Young Eagles program. This car was sold for an event selling record of $500,000. Whipple is a company that provides a safe, legal means to upgrade your car with a modern-day aftermarket supercharger and other parts alike, providing more horsepower or just let alone just upgrading the stock parts to help make your car more efficient. Whipple is a pioneer in the forced induction business by bringing reliable superchargers and aftermarket parts that make a huge horsepower gain and just make your car more efficient. So, do you want to go fast? And do you ever find yourself wondering what you could do to make your car faster? And now that you know what a supercharger is, and we have given you the solution, we hope to hear from you soon here at Whipple.